We will deliver what we say we're going to deliver. Jess put a lot of trust in me to come here. I said I wouldn't let her down, just believe in me, and she did believe in me. And we used to be on about 10k, 12k a month. Our bills were probably 5k a month. Mortgages doubled, insurances tripled. Everything started going up. So I was never into social media. You helped a lot. Your social media has helped us at the platform of you putting out what we've done has helped us massively. Last week we got 9 leads.
Have you ever had anyone stop you and say, I've seen you on Instagram before?
Yeah, I've had a few people, not Instagram, more so TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
You're that guy off TikTok. What guy? That builder guy? And I'm like, yeah.
I think when we started, you were still doing that free job.
Yeah, we are. We was doing that free job. How far we've come in 6 months is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like there's like 18 to 20 of us now. I've got 30 years of skills that you're paying for. I'm paying for your, I can't do your skill. I'm paying for your skill. I'd rather pay you the price I paid for what we're getting than go and pay someone a smaller fee and not getting leads. It's not all about how many numbers you got, it's the interaction you're getting and what comes from the interaction. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you need someone like Ollie to push you in that way because we're getting leads every week. I think the reason why we work well together is because you take on board what we want to say. It ain't just, this is what we're putting out.
Right, Steve, thanks for joining us today.
No worries.
Thanks for coming down. I've been meaning to do this for a short while now, so thanks for coming. Now, I want to just dive straight in, ask you some questions about your journey, moving to Dubai, setting up a construction company, and also working with us and how it's been and what your experience has been.
You okay?
So how long have you been in the construction industry for?
A long time.
A long time, yeah.
25, 30 years.
Okay. And how was the business doing in the UK? Was it doing well?
It was doing all right. We won a lot of awards in the UK. It started off great. We was on a good wage, and then it just started to fizzle out a bit. It got a lot harder. Wages stayed the same. Inflation went up. We lost our luxuries a bit, and we didn't want to lose our luxuries, so that's why we started thinking about moving to Dubai.
What type of luxuries did you lose?
Well, we used to be on about 10k, 12k a month, and then our bills were probably 5k a month, and then obviously inflation, mortgages doubled, insurances tripled, everything started going up. Shopping obviously doubled, and our profit, we started losing a lot of our wages, and then we used to like 4 holidays a year. I used to like designer clothes and bits and pieces like that, and then our luxury started going down, and I like my luxury, so.
And was this your company?
Yeah, it's in my company, my company.
So you would pay yourself a salary from the company?
Yeah, we always paid ourselves a salary all the time. Never dipped into it. It was a standard salary every month, and then sometimes you had a little Brucey bonus at the end of the job. But it was just the increasement of bills and stuff that kind of just suffocated you, and we decided that Dubai was the next journey to go on.
So you're telling me that you were making a salary of 10 to 12k per month,
yes.
Pounds sterling.
Yes.
And this still wasn't enough to live in the UK?
No, when you've got a family of 5 then, 2 cars, mortgages. Our mortgage was like 2,500 a month. Then you got your bills, you got your taxes, and then when you run a company, you start seeing you've got to pay CIS and bits and pieces like that. So everything got compressed, and it was like suffocating in the UK. It was very hard because in the UK, when you've got someone else, my wife wanted to go back to work, and when you start looking into work in the UK, a standard job is like 25 to 30k. Then you've got to pay obviously kids have holidays, you've got to pay after school clubs when you go to work, and there's 6 weeks in the holidays. And when we worked it out, I think it was working out to be about 17k. So she would have gone to work for a whole year for 4k, which works out to be about £330 a month.
It's just not worth it, is it?
It's just not worth it. And that's why Dubai gives you that advantage of getting nannies, which are cost effective. And then you can both go to work, because the problem is that Jess was staying at home doing the cleaning and the kids and stuff like that. And for a woman, that could be a bit depressing, just staying at home doing the bits and pieces. She wanted to go work. She wanted to earn money. And I think, that, as they say, happy wife, happy life, right? And when they're at home and they're just doing what they're doing and it's not them getting a career behind them, I think it does put a strain on your relationship.
Yeah. So I was at your house the other night actually, and we were doing some content and we're asking everyone who's the boss.
Yeah, everyone seems to think Jess is the boss, but
everyone said Jess. So if Jess wasn't working for the company back then, so you must have been...
She was saying that she wasn't working for the company. She didn't have a role in the company, but she done all my invoicing and bits and pieces like that, which made it even harder because you can't concentrate at home when you've got children. So we'd put the kids to bed about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and then we would jump into doing the invoices. And I'm not the easiest person to work with sometimes. And then when it gets to 8:30 at night and you're trying to get the invoices done and Jess has got her point and I've got my point, sometimes we clashed. So we'd go to bed sometimes, as you do, go to bed sometimes because it would be heated. But out here, we work in the daytime. So because you've got a nanny, we get to work in the daytime. So all the bits and pieces that you have to do to get your invoices done and bits. Well, to saying that, we've got other people that do that now. We've got a QS and bits and pieces. But you just get a better life in Dubai to be able to expand and open your wings up. Whereas I think in the UK, sometimes it's a bit harder.
So you've now got a nanny that lives with you?
Yes, we have a good nanny.
Yeah, a good nanny. And how much do you pay for a nanny?
I think the standard rate is about 2,500 to 3,000. But she's been so good, we gave her a pay rise. She's on 3,500.
Is that dirhams or pounds?
Dirhams. Yeah.
And what's the biggest difference that you've seen? All these things you listed, the bills getting high in the UK. How has it been moving to Dubai?
Like moving to Dubai, rent is expensive. School fees are expensive. It's not as easy, right? Just jumping in, and you have to have a bit of money behind you to come out here. We didn't want to rely on a company to give us a visa, so we set up our own visa. I've got my visa. I sponsored the Jess and the children. That's about 40,000 dirhams. So you have to put in, and also you have to basically start again. So when you come over here, it's not like you just get given a job. Some people are, but in our industry, you can't just. It's not easy. You have to get out there. You have to network. You have to do your homework. You have to really push to get where you are. But we both worked together. We was networking, and it's come off, and we're doing really well now. Do you know what I mean? You have to put the time and effort in. Yeah. It's not an easy ride.
So did you have quite a good reputation back in the UK?
I feel like we did. I feel like we, like the other day I got a message on WhatsApp from the old UK asking me to do a job. So we did have a good, I think we did.
But when you moved to Dubai, did that reputation still stand, or was it like starting from scratch?
Starting from scratch. If the thing is, when we was looking for a job in the UK, well, Jess was me on LinkedIn at the start. Do you know what I mean? And we had to put ourselves about and try and get a job. It's very hard when you haven't got UAE experience. We was grateful that a company did give us the opportunity, and I learned a lot for the 6 months working with them, getting my experience in working out the trades, the subcontractors, where to buy materials and stuff like that. But again, I was working from 7 in the morning till, I worked all night, all the time. Even they got to a point where we had a baby and I was back to work the day after.
Yeah.
But all them things that we done at the time has paid off now.
So the first 6 months you actually had a job?
Yeah, for the first 6 months, yeah.
How was that?
Testing, different. The company worked for, it was very hard. They was telling me one thing, basically saying that, I got brought in to do a program to push the jobs on. They had 8 jobs on that weren't finished. And I got told that the client wasn't paying and bits and pieces, but it turns out that they didn't use their money correctly, which I think that's the problem in Dubai. Companies don't use the money correctly, gets to the end of the job and they don't finish the jobs, or they do finish a job, but it takes them 6 months to finish a job.
And is there any regulations in Dubai about this?
No.
Do you think there should be?
Yeah, I think there should be. I think there should be. The problem is, what we found was hard for us is the reputation of builders out here. They get money up front. There's no, the law structure sometimes very hard, I think, even if with the client and finishing jobs and bits and pieces like that. I think it's very hard. That's why we want to build a company as a family base. I want to put my face out there, or Jess has put my face out there, so that people can feel trusted. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we hide away from anything. We want to build a company that you feel that you're trusted, and from start to finish, we will deliver what we want to deliver. Because that's basically what happens, really. You pay for a service, and all the client wants is the job to be finished.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay for a job that, at the end of it, the tap don't work, the tap falls off, the shower door doesn't slide, the tiles break. They want a service that you get from start to finish, and that's what we want to get. We want to get a reputation that people know that we will deliver what we say we're going to deliver.
Just taking a little step back, but how did it feel from running your business in the UK to coming to Dubai to then working for someone? Was that a big change in like mindset?
It was a big change, but we structurally worked it out that was what was going to do. We come here on a year. We was going to work for a company for a year to learn the basis. So that was always we even had enough money to be able to do that. So it was meant to be a year, but because of circumstances with the other company, it turned out to be 6 months. And now we've had 6 months, and now we've had a company going for 6-7 months. But it was the best thing ever. We believe in fate, and fate happened, and our company is now up here.
100%. Everything's meant to happen for a reason.
That's correct. We believe in that. We believe in all the karma, and
yeah,
you pick your own path and bits and pieces like that.
So when you first set up the company, what was it like in the beginning, the very first couple of months?
Do you know what the hardest thing was? Getting a bank account.
Getting a bank account.
Because what happened out here is that I got my visa quite quickly, but Jess was pregnant at the time, so she couldn't get her visa, and the company's in both of our names. So to get a bank account, we needed both of our details, but we couldn't get both our details because she didn't have a visa. But that was the hardest thing. Don't get me up. Do you know what? I don't really know. Jess sorted it all out, so I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anything. She sorted everything out. I just signed paperwork.
How long did it take you to get your first job?
At first, do you know what? We was lucky because the company that I was doing work for didn't really finish what they were supposed to be doing, and a client really liked me, and basically picked the phone up and asked me, please, can you finish it? You know the villa. And then we had that one, and then I ended up doing a job for a person out here in Al Barari for free. We done Tyrone Ash's office for free, fitting it out to get our name out there, to show that what we can do. So that's what I mean. You have to put the time in and the effort, and then things will pay off.
I think that's what most people aren't prepared to do, is do jobs for free in the beginning. Even though you had all this experience in the UK, you've won awards, you've got this big name in the UK, coming to a new country, it is like starting from scratch again.
Yeah,
and to do work for free, that is, you've been in the game for 30 years, and to then go and do a job for free, you know, not many people would do that.
No, and listen, Jess put a lot of trust in me to come here. I said I wouldn't let her down, just believe in me, and she did believe in me. And we had to step over a lot of hurdles to get there, but we put the effort in, we put the time in, and things are now starting to pay off. Which I think that's what in life. It's in everything in life. If you put something in, and if you think you're going to come here and someone's going to sign a job over to you, you've got another thing coming. But if you put the time and the effort in, and you helped a lot. Your social media has helped us at the platform of you putting out what we've done. Has helped us massively. In the UK, so I was never into social media. Jess basically was my social media. So when we were on holiday, she'd have mine and hers, and if we put a kid picture up, she'd put both of them up on both of ours. Yeah. That was my social media. Sometimes I might put a coffee up, and that would be it. But out here, social media is a massive platform.
I think when we started, you were still doing that free job. When we started,
we are. Yeah, we was doing that free job.
Yeah,
we was doing it free. We was doing Tyrone Ash's job a month ago, and we were still doing bits and pieces in there at cost.
Yeah.
But I feel like, as we said, we believe in karma. We believe in the path you pick, And if you put effort in, you'll get effort out.
Was there any times when you first set up the company where you were like kind of doubting it?
No, never. I've never doubted it. I've never, since the day I got here. I think listen, when you go on holiday, and you sit there, you get up in the morning, the sun's blazing on you, you're in a good mood.
Yeah.
That is Dubai. Dubai. When we was in the UK, I like to holiday every 3 months. So you work hard, you go away. You work hard, you go away. Here is a holiday all the time. We can finish work at 3 o'clock. I can finish work at 3. Well, I don't finish because I'm on my phone. But we could leave work at 3 o'clock, pick the kids up, go to a beach club or a hotel, which we have, and chill out, and it feels like you're on holiday. That's the difference. The mindset here is different.
It's hard to be depressed when you can walk outside and be in the sun.
That's the thing. I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, it's never raining, it's always nice, and you have that holiday feeling about yourself.
Yeah, this is the thing with the UK. If you have a bad day and then you go outside, it's cloudy, it's grey, it's raining, like it just affects your whole mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does affect, and that's the good thing about, I think everyone in Dubai is on that same mindset. Everyone's here to earn money. Everyone's here, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Everyone here is to earn money. It's not like a free ride like some places. Everyone wants to get where they don't want to just be. Like in the UK, you get labourers that want to be just a labourer. The labourers here, the Indians, Pakistanis, the Filipinos, they come here and they always want to better themselves. They want to get to a different level. They don't want to be on the set wage. And I think that is the mindset here. It doesn't matter if you're a labour worker or you own a company. Everyone is trying to better themselves in every way.
Do you think there's a big difference from the labourers here in the UK to Dubai?
Yeah, I think this. I'm not going to put it down on the UK, but I think the mindset here, everyone here, it doesn't matter who you are, you're earning money either to send home, to better your life. Everyone here is trying to push themselves to the next level. And that's why everyone thrives off it. And that's why in a company, you snooze, you lose, because if you take your foot off the gas, there's someone up there behind you trying to take that job, trying to get that job off you. So you have to be in fifth gear all the time, pushing and pushing and pushing, so that you don't lose that job. They want a render over. You get that render back to them. You've always got to be on your A game.
Yeah, I said that about Dubai. So what I realized, you're in a city with all the best people in the world. Like everyone is the top of the game in Dubai. So if you take your foot off the gas, then it's game over. Someone's going to take over straight away.
I think that there's always people coming here. So we're a newbie. We've only had a company 6 months or 7 months. We're a newbie. There'll be someone that's just come here that's behind us, ready to take us. You take your foot off the gas, they'll 100%. Be straight in there, take your place.
Yeah, 100%.
And even the people that have been here a long time, everyone's thriving over the work. You can't make a mistake. You make a mistake, someone's taking their job off you.
Yeah. How many free jobs does a company need to give out before they start pricing and making money?
It all depends, doesn't it? Some people don't even need. Some people can come here and have that luck and get a job straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it would be easy moving over?
It depends. In Dubai, it all depends on contacts as well, right? You could have a contact out that's already in the game.
It's the biggest thing, I think.
Yeah, you could have someone in real estate that already has someone that wants a renovation. You bring them over here, you slip them in. So not everyone's got to do a free job. We just got offered the jobs, and we offered to do it for free to get in there.
To win the deal.
To win the deal.
Faster result for you guys.
Content is about, we've done these jobs and we got contents out of it, which then leads on to winning another job. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you have to be grateful of having that from someone. You have to be grateful that someone's give you that opportunity. Yeah. The person at Al Barari, he didn't have to give it to me, even though I'd done it. Maybe it's not for free. You don't know what's going to come out of it. Do you know what I mean? We could go into business together. He could offer me another job. We never know. But he gave me that opportunity for me to work on his house that led to more work, led to having the contents, for you lot to come there to video, to get the pictures and get the videos that everyone sees, and then we get more work from it.
So what made Big Steve the Builder from the UK think, right, I'm going to start posting content on social media? The guy who's just said that he doesn't post any content, maybe a coffee or something. What made you think that?
I think it was just the avenue. When you come over here, again, Jess done her homework. She was the one that was out there watching people, seeing how people got content, seeing how what was working out here, and I think you have to out here. You have, no matter what you do. You look at real estate people. It's not like the UK. You don't get a real estate person going out there and doing contents, paying someone to do contents.
There's no construction guys either.
No, you might get someone that puts up their extension, or like we tried to. We bought all the cameras that done the slow mo. Never done anything. Never.
Yeah.
I might put a picture up now and then, because I think in the UK it's all word of mouth. You get out there and then someone gives you a job. But out here, there's a lot of competition out here. And again, in the UK, I was 25, 20 years of work. So you get a reputation, you get your content. Out here, I didn't have that. I was starting from fresh. So people have to see what I can deliver, what we can do in that small space of time. Because I can't wait 2 or 3 years to get people to know me before work, because by that time I'm going back to UK packing my bags. Well, not UK, anywhere else but UK, but packing my bags. So I feel like you have to have social media here, have to.
Was that always the mindset?
No, it wasn't. No, to be fair, we come out here, we didn't really know what to expect. Like when we come here, Jess was 7 months pregnant. I didn't have a job. Kids didn't have a school. We turned up. We stayed in a hotel. We were taxiing everywhere. We just jumped on it and thought, you know what we got to lose? Life's too short. We didn't have a clue. We didn't even know where we was going to live. We didn't even know we didn't even have a school. We just drove around to every school and we let a school pick us. We fell in love with Sunmark in JVT. The children loved the school. Schools here are amazing. It's like better than the senior schools back in the UK. We fell in love with the school. Then we rented somewhere in the area, and then we built our life around that. We've now moved from that, because the house that we bought, we was in District 1. It wasn't the nicest area in JVT, so now we're in District 5. We have a little swimming pool now. We have the park across the road. The nanny can walk to the school, so we have a
swimming pool. It's beautiful.
But
laying it down there.
we now the nanny can now pick the kids up from school. So where me and Jess are busy sometimes, we used to have to cut the day in half, because Jess had to go and pick the kids up because they finish at different times and you've got a baby.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
if someone told you that you'd be living in Dubai, you've got a nanny, you've got a huge swimming pool in the garden, it's beautiful, nice big house, like, what?
Do you know what? I still sit there. We both sit there. We both sit there and we look up and we can't believe we're here. Like reality is that our life has changed so much in 1 year. When we met each other 12, 13 years ago, I met her in a sunbed shop. There was no one time we thought, do you know what, we're going to be living in Dubai.
With a swimming pool.
With a swimming pool. But the biggest reality was the other day when you come round and film contents with our team. Like how far we've come in 6 months is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like there's like 18 to 20 of us now. And we're blessed to be able to have that. Do you know what I mean? It's a lovely feeling to know we've transformed so big in so little time. But
Yeah.
I just believe in fate and trust. You've got to set yourself, and you can't doubt yourself. I wasn't a massive believer in these crystals and manifesting. Sorry, I wasn't a believer in it. But since I've started, I'll tell you a story. So Jess has been into manifesting for a long time, and I wasn't really into it and didn't really believe it. But gradually over the time, I've started believing in it. And our first job, I was driving in the car going to one of my 3 jobs. And on the way there, I've got this feeling in my stomach, and it was this weird, couldn't explain it. So I rang Jess up and I was like, I've had this weird feeling in my belly. I think it feels like a good thing's going to happen. Like something's good going to come out of it. 10 minutes later, we won our first job.
That's amazing.
And since then, I've been thinking about things, and it's gone a bit crazy. Like everything I've been thinking, 2 days later, it happens. So Jess was like, "You got to calm down on that. be a bit careful." But
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. But it's a massive thing. I think her brother James, he was a massive. He was probably 6 or 7 years ago. He was talking about it, and I used to think he was crackers. But I used to think he was talking a bit. But I'm now that person. He's years in front of me on that Richter scale. But if you believe in something, it will happen. But you have to actually believe it. You can't just tell yourself and not believe it. If you really, really believe it, I believe it will happen.
From the heart.
From the heart. You can't just think it. You have to believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it will happen.
So I just want to go back a little bit on the when you first started working with us. You were a builder, you didn't really do social media. Well, how did it feel going from that to 20, 30 years of work that you didn't have to post anything on social media to win work? How did it feel going from that to then having to pay quite a decent amount a month? What was your thoughts on forking out the money for that?
Do you know what? I don't think it's so much the money because you're paying for. I've always been a true believer. You pay for someone's professionalism. You pay for someone's trade. When people used to go to even in our trade, when you get people that moan about how much things are doing, you're paying for my knowledge, my professionalism, everything I know. You're paying for that skill. I've got 30 years of skills that you're paying for. I'm paying for your. I can't do your skill. I'm paying for your skill. So I don't think there's a price you can really put on stuff like that because you're doing stuff that I can't do. And that's the problem, I think, with some people think, oh, that's expensive. It's not expensive because we're getting, last week we got 9 leads from your profession. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you have to look at things. People, you can't put a price on things that you can't do. And that's how I think it is. And that's how you've got to look at things. That's it. You can go and buy a car for 10,000 dirhams. You can go and buy a car for a million dirhams. You know what I mean? And that's how you have to look at it. You have to pay for something that you want in life instead of not paying for it. I'd rather pay you the price I pay for what we're getting than go and pay someone a smaller fee and not getting leads.
Yeah.
So what I'm paying, it's a cheap buy if we get these 9 leads, right?
Yeah, 100%. So that was going to be my next question. So you got 9 leads last week.
Yes.
And how is it on a consistent basis?
Well, we get the leads, but not every leads. You do get some people that use you to get another price for someone else and stuff like that. But they don't always get the leads, but as long as you get out of them 9 leads, 2 or 3 of them, you're doing all right. The problem I think in Dubai is people undercut you. Yeah, so say we price a job at 1 million dirhams. You're always going to get someone that's going to price it at 750 dirhams, 800 dirhams. But the problem I think, and I can guarantee you if you've done a survey, no one finishes a job on time, and no one sometimes don't even finish a job because they use all the money to do the rip out, which is the easy part, to put back the electrics, easy part, aircon, all the bits and pieces that we don't see, but the finishing parts, the bath, the taps, the tiles, all the nitty gritty little bits that cost the money and the time, everyone crashed their job out for the 4 or 5 months, and then it takes them 4 or 5 months to finish a job because they're borrowing money from other jobs because they underpriced it. And that's the problem you have in Dubai. Whereas we're doing a full reno in Springs, which should take 6 months, I'm going to push you to do it in 4 months. Because that's the reputation we want. I want to have a reputation that not only do we do it at a high end, but we finish it on time or before time. Yeah, because that's the reputation we want to build.
And what's the story about the lead that you got on Instagram? Will you tell me?
Oh, so from your Instagram, well, from your lead, Jess has put her number on the Instagram, so everything goes through Jess. So she got a WhatsApp that said, "Hi, how are you? Loving the Instagram. Can you come and price my job?" So Jess done what she does and talked to them, what do they want and bits and pieces like that. And then she went to me, "I've got a job coming, but it's in Abu Dhabi. Do you want to go?" So I was like, "Oh, I might go, might. You never know." So called Jack, our QS, jumped in the car the next day, drove up there. As we drive up, so we come off a roundabout, we're driving up this big brown gate. So we drive up and then these 4 armed, it said Abu Dhabi military service on the red, was it a grey top with red writing, come out with M16 strapped to their chest and was like, "You're in the wrong place, turn around." I was like, "No, this is the location. You're in the wrong place, please turn around." I was like, "Well, I'm going to turn around." Got in the car, turned around, said to Jack, "Can you ring the driver and get him to ping the location?" So he's pinged the location. We've gone round one roundabout, round another roundabout, drove back up to the road, and I think, "Oh no, we're going back up to the door again." So I drove up slowly just in case. Got there, and then he was like, "I thought I told you to go to you was in the wrong place." I was like, "Mate, this is the location. The driver just sent it to me." And then he took the phone and he was like, "Oh, why don't you say it?" I'm not going to say the name. And then I was like, "Oh, you didn't give me a chance. You told me to turn around." Then the driver turns up and they open these gates and we drive up. We drive up and then there's this big, massive house on one side. Then we drive up again, there's this massive house in front of us. Then we go round, there's a zoo. We drive round, then there's 4 big houses. And it was a house on the right-hand side where they've got like a tailor's, a laundrette, places for children and so on. And we ended up pricing it. It's still in our leads. We haven't heard back. But if we win the job or if we don't win the job, that's the kind of leads that we're getting from. And it was from the actual person, not his PA, the actual person that lived there. It was from him that messaged us. So even if we wasn't win the job, which I'm hoping that we do, but even if we don't, to have that on our first 6 months is
it's crazy.
great.
So how big was this property? Was it like a
palace?
Palace?
It wasn't even his house. It was the laundrette and it was huge. It was probably 15 or 16 rooms.
Wow.
And then they've got a spa at the back, and then they've got so on and so on. Hopefully he's watching and he'll give me a call.
So was this a local as well?
He was a local guy.
Local.
I'm not going to say his name or anything or what he was, but he was a very high-end person, I think.
Yeah. So, this shows the power of social media.
It does show the power. And when we was there, they had a guy that was, because they'd done a little bit of work on the right-hand side, but they had a guy there, and he was saying, "So did the PA vet you?" And I was like, no PA. He was like, "What, so the lady, whatever her name was, didn't vet you?" I was like, no. He messaged me. He was like, "What, he actually messaged you?" I was like, "Yeah, he said he'd see us on social media."
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
But that's the power of social media. But that we was talking earlier on about social media. So some people think that we've only got, I think, 500 or 600 people on Instagram, but we're getting 60,000 people view our contents every month. And we get week in, week out people, buy these followers, do this, do that. But we wanted to keep it organic. And the organic, out of them leads, as Jess said earlier on, I'd rather 650 people in a room that's asked to follow us and wants to listen to what we're saying than have 60,000 people where 55,000 of them don't even want to be in there, don't even know us, but the 500 are.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the difference. It's not all about how many numbers you got, it's the interaction you're getting and what comes from the interaction.
100%. In Dubai as well, I don't think you need a huge following. I think you can generate leads every single week from even just like 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about the content that you're posting. And I think people sometimes get lost in what they actually want.
Well, they think about the numbers, don't they? They think about, listen, we all know about people buying and people buy followers and...
A lot of people do it over here.
Because they look at it, because we've had people before. How are you getting that much interaction with only 500 people? Well, because it's 500 people in Dubai that want to watch us, that are interested in us. It ain't 15,000 where only 500 want to watch us.
Yeah, 100%. So what's been the experience working with us? How have you found it?
It's been good. It has been good. To be fair, Jess really deals with a lot of the content stuff. I just come there, say what I've got to say, and walk away. So Jess is the one that comes up with, helps you with ideas and walks around, and she'll tell me if I've said the right thing and not the right thing. As we said, listen, I'm not into content. So the only good thing that's come out of it is, one, the first video I looked like a hippo, and I thought, Jesus Christ, I've got to lose some weight. The old, what they call it, Dubai stone. I think I had to buy 2 or 3 stone. So that made me look at myself in a different way because the camera don't lie, basically. And 2, it's made me talk a lot better. Like, I still mumble, I still get my words round the wrong way, I still don't sometimes say the right things, but doing it has now made me think before I speak, which has helped me a lot.
Have you ever had anyone stop you and say, "I've seen you on Instagram before"?
Yeah, I've had a few people, not Instagram, more so TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
You're that guy off TikTok. What guy? They go, that builder guy. And I'm like, yeah. But yeah,
TikTok famous now.
I had it in the gym, which was a bit embarrassing. In the gym, you're that guy. I'm like, what guy? The TikTok guy. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's what we want.
Yeah.
So, as a service, is it easy for you? I know you say we help out quite a lot, but like, how is it as a service? Like, do you have much involvement? Obviously, you're on the camera, you've got to speak, but everything else, how is that?
Yeah, it's good. Listen, we work together well. I feel like your guys send over the videos, just as a little adjustment about it. There isn't. I think the reason why we work well together is because you take on board what we want to say. It ain't just this is what we're putting out and that's it. I think we want to bring a brand. We want to do something that's a bit different. You come with that great content that's going to come out at the weekend where it was a bit about ages and stuff like that. We just want to set ourselves a bit different. We don't want to be someone that just talks about NOCs and walks around. We want to have that kind of people look at our don't get bored of our page. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be the same thing every week. We want to liven it up and change things. And I'm hoping the more work we get, the more different things we bring into it, and we can change up a few things so it ain't just the same thing week in, week out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's going to be nice to document the journey as you grow. And then maybe you could look back in a year's time and say, can you remember when we were doing that?
Yeah.
The free job.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? The free job. Even now, not talking about a free job, another local guy has contacted us on, the only reason I know it's local guy, because it's one of them local houses that are a bit different to everyone else's houses. But he had a company come in that tiled his bathroom. He's got a massive bathroom, but they had like the tiles they got there's two different types. So he's done two different types. So it looks like a pattern, but they haven't changed the tiles up. So when you get a pack of tiles like that, you're supposed to put them out and then you change them about. So, but they've just done the same. And when you've got a room that's probably 128 square meters, it looks terrible. So he's contacted us and said he gets a lot of interaction from TikTok developing his house. He said, can you come and do some work at ours? Not at free, it'll be at cost. So I'm not doing it at free, but it'll be probably my time that's free because the labourers will still get paid, material will get paid. But again, I will do that because
collaboration.
I will do that because it takes us to another level. It takes us. I don't want to be. Listen, I'm not a greedy person. Even in our company, we've got 2 managers and me now. We've got a few jobs on. We don't really need 3 managers on site, but I want to take us to the level where throughout the day, if there's a job for 8 hours, 5 hours a day, we've got a manager on now.
Yeah.
As well as the subcontractors manager, because I don't want to make the mistakes. I want to get at the moment. I don't want to take all the money out. I'll leave the money in. I want to build a whole team around us for the next 3 years, so that when we get to 3 years time, the team's grown that I want. Everyone's grown together, and that's what we're putting in now. We've got QSs, we've got designers, we've got managers, we've got a whole team building around us that we have to pay for every month, and we're not just going to get someone for 3,000 dirhams. These are like 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s. These are good people so that we can build a good team around us.
I think it's good to build a business and build a team that operates on a bigger scale that is beyond what you can do as a single person, because I think a lot of people operate as just a one-man band or a couple of people, but if you can build the infrastructure for something that's way bigger than you and you can take on all these jobs, that's a really good direction.
Yeah, and we think about the future. It's not thinking about right now, we're thinking about the future. So hopefully we're going to take on another 2 or 3 jobs, and I'm going to get another manager in, so that when we do expand massively, the team's already built. I haven't got to worry about anyone. I haven't got to train everyone. I'm very particular what I like. So at the moment, everything's about lines. If you tile a room, for me, I'd rather have wastage than have the line. Because out here, all they do is they put a big tile on small tile, big tile, because they want to use the maximum of tiles, where me, I want the line in the middle. So it'll be 2 cuts. And I want that from my team. So they've got to understand what I want. And I think building the foundations now is only going to benefit us in the years.
What was the lowest point of building the business in Dubai?
The lowest point. I worked for the company I worked for. They didn't turn out to be what I thought they was going to be. And where I was centre of the company, it kind of put a bad taste. But I'm not going to badmouth anyone or anything or lower the thing. But that was the lowest point. But I learned so much from that. So for me, it was a benefit. It was but I look at it as that as much as there's bad things, I learned so much from working with them, and they gave me an opportunity that I take the good things rather than the bad things.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
So how does it feel looking back now at that time to having, now you've got 18 people, did you say?
I think 18 or 20.
So now you built up a solid team of 18 people. How does it feel looking back on them?
It's crazy. I would never. You got to think we've been here just over a year, and
So
I would have bit someone's hand. I would have bit someone's hand off when I first come here to know where I am now.
Yeah, we're not talking that long ago either.
No, and the thing is, when you have children, time flies, and they've done a whole year in school already. They're going back for their second year, so for us, it felt like we landed, and then we're here now.
Do you think if you do good work in Dubai, things move really fast?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Listen, Dubai is a big place, but it's a small place, right? And I feel like if you do something bad, people will find out about it. You do something good, people are going to find out about it. I look at it as a pyramid triangle, yeah? You do a good job, you finish a job. From that job, you're going to get 2 or 3 jobs because they tell their friend, their neighbour, Modern Renovations done that job, and it leads on to something else.
Yeah.
So my mindset is all you got to do is what you're paid to do. Do you know what I mean? You're paid to do a job. As long as you finish that job, you're going to get another job or another 2 jobs from that. I don't understand the people that don't finish the product what you're supposed to finish, because you're good. You've been paid to do it. So just finish what you've been paid to do, and you're going to get more work from it. It's the best advertisement you can do, and you're getting paid for it.
I feel like that works in our business as well.
Of course it is. You
do a good job.
I think it's in every business, everyone pays for something. No one pays for something half. Even if you pay for a meal, if you don't like it, they give it back.
Yeah.
If you pay for a nice meal, people go back there. So
100%.
with construction, you're getting paid to do a job. Just do the job properly and on time, and that will lead to more work. So not only are you getting paid to do the job, you're getting job leads from that job.
Yeah. So
and Dubai, because there's a lot of horror stories. You've only got to do 5 or 6 jobs, and I guarantee you're going to get 10 to 15 jobs from them 5.
Yeah. This is what Tyrone Ash said to me as well. Just do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
That's
do what you got to.
Simple.
What you're paid to do. Someone's paying me to do their house, finish the house, and then you're going to get another job from that. Because there is no way in the world, if you do a job and you do it perfectly, on time, in Dubai, that you won't get at least 1 job from that job. No way.
But some people can't even do that.
No. No. Because they are... The difference is with us, we pay, as we done in the UK, we pay ourselves a set wage every month. At the end of the job, if you've got a Brucey bonus, then you've got a Brucey bonus. But you pay yourself a set wage every month, you get the job over the line, and then once you finish the job, then if there's money left, then you spend it. Never spend the money before you finish a job.
Yeah.
Because people don't take into consideration, we use all German plumbing sanitary ware. If you go Dragon Mart, you can get it cheap. But then the bits that cost you, everything, all the small details cost you money. And when you get to the end of the job, you think, oh, it's only a couple of handles. That's 3,000 dirhams. And when you spent all that money, you get to the end of the job, and then you're trying to take it from another job to do it. It takes so much time. Whereas if you pay for everything first, you might have a little chunk at the end of it. But you've deserved that because you finished the job that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. It's a dangerous game, that, taking money from other projects.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous game, but a lot of people do it, especially because they look at the Dubai lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you can get wrapped up in I think the good thing about us is that we've been here for a year, we've gone to a few beach parties, but the difference between us is we're a family. We don't want to go out and party. Yeah. We don't drink no more. But don't get me wrong, we like going to beach parties and stuff like that, but we don't drink no more. So that lifestyle's gone now. We come here now to build the whole life around our children. We want to be able to buy 5 off-plan properties for our children. So everything we're doing now is to build the foundation so our children have what we didn't have as kids.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, since being in Dubai, you're really focusing on networking. You
Yeah.
said earlier, focusing on networking. You're pushing your social media, which is like big thing. And recently quit drinking.
Well, 5.5 months ago.
5.5 months, is it?
Five
Wow.
and a half months.
So how did that come about? What made you do that?
Well, I've always had the feel. Again, this is what we was talking about earlier. I've always had in my mind. I want to stop drinking. I cannot be I'm not the best drunk sometimes. I'm either a lover or I can be an absolute dick. Played in my mind that I wanted to stop drinking, but I never, because you have to believe it. You have to tell yourself. You can say to yourself, "Oh, I don't want to drink," and the next weekend comes, you drink. But you have to believe in yourself. You don't want to drink, like we was talking about earlier.
Environment.
Yeah, but I feel like inside you have to not want to drink.
100%.
And the difference here is that most working class people here, wife and the husband work. So we send a quotation out. They work Monday to Friday. On a Saturday, they look at the quotation. On a Sunday, they give you a call and ask you questions about it. I was getting calls and I don't feel like I was on my A game. I don't feel like I don't feel. I'll get off the phone and I was like, oh, I should have said that, or did I say that right? And I just sat there on a Sunday and I was like, I ain't drinking. And I said to myself I weren't going to drink for 6 months. And then one of my mates come over and we spoke about it. And he said to me, whose idea was it? Was it yours or Jesse's? I was like, it's my idea. He said, so it's your idea you're not going to drink? I was like, yeah, it's mine, not Jesse's. It's my idea. And he said, well, if you can't do 6 months, then you're a weak human being. I said, what do you mean myself? He went, well, you've set yourself a 6 month task. If you can't do that, then you haven't accomplished what you want to do, so you're a weak human being. I thought, oh, I'm definitely not drinking now. And then the first month come and I was counting, I was thinking, oh, I've only got 5 months till I drink. And then the second month, and I thought 4 months. And the further it's got on, I don't think I'll drink.
You don't want to drink?
No.
This is what I was going to say. Like, people say, I'm not going to drink for X amount of time. But there's a reason you're saying that. So why don't you just stop drinking completely?
I think what helped as well, so the first week I said I weren't going to drink in, then Jess went out and drunk the weekend after. And then but then on the Sunday she was like, oh, I feel like crap.
Yeah, and you felt great.
And she was like, do you know what? I'm going to jump on the journey with you. Yeah. And I think the problem is our journey. So for the 6 months, our journey's gone from here and it's way up here. And in both of our heads, we think, if we drink, will the journey still go up or will the journey come down? Yeah. So for us, it's just drinking is. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink because you never know, but for me, I don't think I will go back to drinking.
Yeah, I feel the same. I've got no intentions of drinking because growing my company as fast paced as what we are, I owe it to me, my team, to like not take my foot off the gas. And like you say, once you have a drink, your mind's just clogged up and it's just not something I can be doing, and I can't risk the company.
Well, one of Jesse's brothers, Logan, he come round. He went to a boat party, got drunk, made a fool of himself, had a little Barney with his girlfriend, and then on a Sunday he come round and he felt sorry for himself. And he sat at the table and he said something to me that was true what he's saying. He said, you never wake up in the morning and think, oh, I wish I had a drink last night.
Yeah.
You always wake up and say, I wish I didn't drink.
Yeah.
And I think for us, drinking, the problem is me and Jess, we live together, we have children together, we work together. Out of a week, we probably spend 80% of the time together. The only time we don't spend together is when we're sleeping. But we'd spend a lot of time together. So what happened is that at work, I'll do a nutting, or I'll do something to upset her, or she'll do something with paperwork because I can't do no paperwork. So I'd ask her, and then she wouldn't do it, and it'd piss me off. And then when you're sober, you can control your feelings. But when you have a drink, you can't. And then she would do something, or I'll do something that upsets you when you've had a drink. And the emotions that you had in the daytime triple the emotions that you are then. And then we'll have a blazing row. And then that for us, that's what always happened. So since don't get me wrong, listen, we're a family. You have your bickers, you have your little arguments, but we don't have massive arguments now. When you work together, even work colleagues, you have your disagreements, but we get over it straight away, and it ain't an issue no more because we ain't had a drink, and it's just work related or family related.
Yeah, 100%. How's the lifestyle now in Dubai?
It's the same. We still go to beach parties. We still go. We just don't drink.
You enjoy the food and
You enjoy the food. Listen, when you go out for dinner, when you have a drink, you normally turn up to a restaurant. You have a drink at the bar, and then you go to the table. You have another drink, and then your starters come. You want another drink.
Yeah.
The time your main course come, it doesn't matter what you got really because you're 4 or 5 drinks in.
Yeah.
Now we enjoy our food, and like the first time we went out, we was drinking. We went out, and I used to like red wine, so our bills used to be like 3,000-4,000 dirhams when we went out for just a meal. The first time we went out, the bill coming, I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's 500 dirhams. They've made a mistake. Let's go, quick, to pay and go. But when you actually look at the bill, it's 500 dirhams because you're not drinking alcohol.
It's just food.
That's all it was. And I think the amount of money you save money, you feel healthier. I'm probably in the best shape I've been in a long time. And all my training's changed. All I've done is change not drinking.
Yeah.
I just feel like drinking, for me anyway, was the devil. And since I've stopped drinking, someone up there is trying to tell me, stay off the alcohol because your journey is just going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, 100%. So last thing, we'll just wrap it up here. What advice would you give to someone that is kind of on the fence about working with us and not sure what to do?
100%. Listen, I personally feel that if you want to take yourself to the next level, you need someone like Ollie to push you in that way because for us getting out there, we're getting leads every week. And not only that, it tracks everything we do, so we can look back in years to come. The leads are what you want anyway. Let's be real. The leads are what everyone's. That's what it does. But we're tracking everything we do, and sometimes you look back at what we've done and the achievement we've done, and it's only going to get more and more and more.
Yeah.
So I think in Dubai you need to have someone like yourself.
Thank you. Pleasure having you.
So book him.
Thanks, guys.